Okay. Hi, I'm Carol Ross, and I'm sitting at a Chinese restaurant in Louisville, which is my hometown now. And I'm having lunch with my friend Claire Brown. So Claire has just been telling me about her new book that's coming out in September. And I'm going to interview her so that you can find out more about the book as well. So here we go. Claire, how are you today?
Hi, I'm fine. Let me tell you about the book I've just completed.
Yeah, well, actually, let's say just a little bit about your background so people kind of know what your interest is. So what kind of work do you do?
My background is in equal employment opportunity, affirmative action, and diversity management. And I actually have spent a career's worth of years, around 25 years, in companies like AT&T and Lucid Technologies, actually doing equal employment opportunity work, case investigations when employees thought they were being discriminated against. And I continue doing that kind of work right now with my own business, Dampkin, Brown and Associates. And
so let me ask you, that's a long time, 25 years to be working in a field. What kind of keeps it fresh for you now?
What I enjoy is working with young people and students that are interested in learning about diversity, the topic of diversity, what is harassment, and helping them understand that some of these issues, while they think that they don't exist, they actually do exist, and they need to be prepared to understand what's going to happen to them, what might happen to them in the work environment. I also like just working with individuals in the work environment who see some of these things happening but don't really know what to do or how to approach it and how to resolve it.
So almost like there's two different audiences. One, people who are just kind of coming into the workplace and not knowing any better, I'll say. And then people who have been in the workplace for a while but don't know what to do about it. Is that right?
Right.
And you're teaching at a local university, is that right?
Yes, I'm teaching workforce diversity at Metropolitan State College here in Denver. And I have a good group of students. They always keep me on my toes because they see things a lot differently than I might have seen them in the work environment. So a lot of times the jokes and issues that they think are funny around sexual innuendos, etc., they don't realize that there's actually laws written that prevent some of these behaviors from happening in the workplace.
Yeah.
Or discourage them from happening.
So say a little bit about your new book.
The book right now is called Code Switching, How to Talk So Men Will Listen, and it's geared towards women's business communication. So our audience is women who need to learn how to speak and get their message across to the men that they work with.
So I'll turn the camera on me so it's not a voice just coming out of air. So, but what I'm curious about is this an issue that's been around for a long time, and what's new about it that you're really bringing to the table?
Well, we're bringing the concept of code switching, which has been used in the past by linguists to look at individuals who can move very quickly between two different languages to get their concepts across to their audience. And we're using that concept right now to look at kind of the language and communication style women have compared with the language and communication style men have, and how women can easily kind of develop a toolbox with both communication styles and can draw from that whenever they need it, depending on the situation.
So what would be an example of those two styles, the women's style and the men's style? So we're really clear on when we're using what style.
Well, women tend to be more relational. They want to build a relationship, and then when they talk with each other, they want you to understand them in order to build that relationship. So if asked a question, women may tend to speak for minutes and minutes and minutes or longer to answer that particular question. And contrasting that with the male style, men's style, is ask a question, respond, and respond quickly. Ask another question and respond. So they're not looking for all the flowery relationship building language and stories behind what the women want to say and want to tell. They just want a quick, here it is, this is the answer, very direct. We can build a relationship later if we need one. They're not even sure if we even need the relationship.
Oh my God, I love your example because it brings to mind a former coaching client I had. I listened in on one of his staff calls one time, and he was going around the room and having each of his direct reports give an update on what they were doing. And when he got to this one woman, it sounded like she was on the witness stand. So when you say, ask a question, give a response, ask a question, give a response, it really hits home.
Yeah, so that's what we're trying to do with the book, is present all these different situations where it could be conflict, negotiation skills, even approaching your career, how it differs between men and women, and then how women can communicate very specifically and succinctly to get a message across.
So, Claire, what's the last thing that you want people to really hold in their hearts and minds around this issue?
Well, I think every style has a particular place where it works, and I'm not saying one style is better than another. It's just recognizing that we each have a style, and that particular style can work best in different situations. So it's recognizing everyone has a style, and we can learn from each other's styles, and what we learn is where we can apply that to work best for us and get our message across.
Oh, that's great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Carol.